Mike.
Probably not a bad toss to lose. The decision is to bat first, but personally, I think having a bowl on this pitch could be the smart decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Welcome to this match between India and
Right,
England.
so we're ready to get underway. Solid defence, very compact.
Short and wide, did well to get some bat on that.
Quick onto that in the infield.
Just threw the shot too early.
Nice solid defensive shot. Misses everything.
Misses out there on the short and wide one.
Wow, that's missed a lot. Got right in behind it. End of the over. Beautiful bowling that just starts to build pressure on the batters. The team will be after a positive innings from this batter. A great opportunity to come in and put some runs on the board.
Yep.
Super shot that.
No!
Fine placement and enough timing to get that ball away to the boundary.
Curran shouldn't be too worried about that last ball. They've got them playing their shots, just need to tighten their areas now.
Nice one! Great one! Yep.
Great shot through the gap.
It was just a little bit too full and it was beautifully timed.
An economical over comes to an end, but you get the feeling these openers might be finding their feet. Archer from the Randwick end. Drives and misses everything.
I'd say that was the right shot to choose, but timed it badly. Couldn't get the drive away.
Into the gap. Nice shot.
Picked up 4 with a lovely shot off the front foot.
I'd like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms. End of the over. 4 runs coming from it. India are 12 for none.
Great one. Yep.
Really good shot there.
No!
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was absolutely no point in chasing that.
Edged. Let's see if they can get the ball up into the slot like before. So crucial to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure. Beaten on the drive.
Nice bowling.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
That's the over. India are 16 for none.
Yep.
Nice timing, good batting, won't get to the boundary.
Bowler's end.
No, no, no.
A couple on offer here.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Thick edge. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot.
Obviously didn't like the look of that one and just ignored it.
Great one.
A wonderful delivery to get the edge. They've got to keep hammering away at that spot time and again. Picks the gap perfectly.
Keep up, keep up.
No.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
4 runs added there. India are 20 for none.
A well-directed short ball sways out of the way.
Yep.
Great shot through the gap. Perfect timing.
Bowler. No.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot, good running.
Big edge. Good piece of fielding to stop some runs. Brilliant bowling. Having got the edge the previous ball, they now know the areas they need to be hitting.
Misses out there on the short and wide one. Curran with a superb delivery. Got them trying to drive, but messing everything up.
End of the over. India are 22 for none.
Yep.
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there.
Go!
A brilliant throw-in from the deep caps off what was a fabulous piece of fielding. A well-directed short ball sways out of the way.
Well bowled.
Yep.
They'll push hard, should get back for two.
Bowler's end.
No, no, no!
No interest in that one from the batter. Archer will be wanting to hone in on a better line and length to make them play next time.
Yep.
Finds the edge.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
5 runs added in the over. India are 27 for none.
Wait on!
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
Yep. No!
Nice one. Yep.
Well placed, should get a single.
No, no, no!
There'll be 1 run here for them.
Decisive running might have got them two. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily. So in the end, poor running.
Yep.
They've picked the gap. Perfect timing.
No!
No shot offered. Loud shout. They're both having a think about this. At first glance, maybe it was going a little high.
Nothing picked up from the bat. This could spell trouble. How close is that? Could be the wicket. Nothing wrong with the impact. Would it hit the wickets, though?
A brilliant decision to review. They bat on. The right-arm medium bowler is coming into the attack from the Randwick end.
Robinson with a superb delivery. Got them coming forward looking to drive, but can't manage to catch the edge.
Yep, yep.
Good shot. It's found the gap.
Bowler.
That was a beautiful bit of fielding in the deep, straight over the stumps. A little bit of wobble on that ball and it's safely taken by the keeper. Not enough on it to entice a shot though. Just threw the shot too early.
Wait there. Yep. No, no, no.
That was a solid shot. Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably deserved more from it.
Yep.
There'll be runs here. Easy catch. Didn't have to move, really.
A long walk back to the pavilion. This has not been a good knock. Not what you expect from someone of this skill level.
A new batter always likes to feel bat on ball early on, as they bring a bit of energy to the crease.
Yep.
They'd look for a couple here.
Keeper!
No.
Immediately underway with some runs.
Yep.
What a shot. Lovely on drive. There's no chance of anyone catching that.
You can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way.
Root, I don't think, will be too happy with their bowler at the moment. Threw the hands at it, somehow missed everything.
They've got their lines right, their lengths right, and it was so very nearly the wicket they were after.
Yep.
It mightn't get to the boundary, should at least get a couple.
Keeper!
No, no, no.
End of the over, 8 off it. India are 43 for 1.
Catch it!
Yep.
Great shot.
Found the gap with ease. Wasn't the worst ball you'll see, but it still raced to the rope.
They shouldn't get too discouraged with that last ball. The first step as a bowler is to get the batter playing, which they've managed. If they can find the right spot, the reward will eventually come. Timed it nicely. They'll look for a couple, you'd think.
Keeper.
No!
Good return, back from the deep.
Yep.
Great shot, but it's not going to beat the fielder.
Good throw from the deep, on target.
End of the over. 8 runs coming from it. India are 51 for 1. The right-arm pace bowler is coming into the attack from the Paddington end.
Yep.
That's right out of the middle of the bat.
Came forward onto the front foot and eased it away to the boundary.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot.
A well-directed short ball sways out of the way this time.
Catch him.
Good bit of timing there.
Right out of the textbook, off the middle, and it flew to the boundary.
You can see how good this pitch can be for batting. You want the player coming forward, but it's a tight margin. Only a touch full and put away.
Wokes just needs to continue finding good spots now.
Waiting.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Yep.
Nice shot. Runs possible.
No!
Good return there, back from the deep. Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
Over. India are 62 for 1. Nice solid defensive shot. Misses everything.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
Yep.
Great shot. At least one on offer.
No!
Wow, that's missed the lot.
Yep.
Great shot through the gap.
It was in the gap, pretty much all the way along the ground to the boundary rope. Off to a good start now.
End of the over. 5 runs coming from it. India are 67 for 1. Wokes from the Paddington end. Nicked it. Loud appeal. Caught. Gone.
An innings that promised much and really, in the end, delivered very little. Pretty disappointing all round.
Difficult period as they come to the wicket. They'll take plenty of time to set themselves up before facing their first ball. Got right in behind it.
Nice bowling.
Solid defence, very compact.
Yep.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
No!
And they're away and nicely off the mark.
That's the end of the over. 1 run coming from it. India are 68 for 2. Going with pace now.
Wait!
Couldn't get it through the field.
Hit that well off the back foot, but couldn't beat the field.
Yep.
Really good shot there.
Well, you can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way.
Digs out the Yorker.
Catch it!
Yep.
Super shot that.
No, no, no!
Well, that was a very solid shot. Read the length early to get onto the front foot, and that raced away for 4.
Wait
Yep.
there!
Into the gap. Nice shot.
Ball is aimed!
Oh, good running. It needed to be as well. That's probably a lot closer than they expected.
Stokes has really kept the pressure on in this over. Just needs to maintain the momentum going forwards.
Yep.
Picks the gap perfectly.
Bar. No!
Exquisitely down the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Wait on!
Doesn't beat the infield.
A lovely shorter ball, just keeping them honest. Still got a chance to use another one in this over.
Wait. Yep. Yep. No, no, no!
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Nice one!
Umpire signals wide. Such a poor delivery. Really need to work out what actually went wrong there.
Sounded good the moment it hit the bat.
Yep.
Threw the hands at it, got it early, but enough on it to get 4.
End of the over. 9 runs coming from it. India are 88 for 2.
Just need to settle down. The timing's off. These deliveries are there to be hit. Time for cool heads.
Yep. Great shot through the gap. Perfect timing. A couple on offer here.
Great one.
That's a tough call for the bowler. I thought that was there to be hit.
Get on.
Nice timing, good batting, won't get to the boundary.
Had all the time in the world to get in position to play that ball. Timed it nicely for 4 runs.
A good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball, and it'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond.
Well bowled. Yep.
Perfectly timed.
Go!
Fine placement and enough timing to get that ball away to the boundary.
$11 runs added there. India are 99 for 2.
Catch
Yep.
him!
Thick edge.
Well bowled, but that's another super shot. Onto the front foot, presented the full face of the bat and got it into the gap and all the way to the rope. Misses out there on the short, wide one.
Brilliant bowling. Having got the edge the previous ball, they now know the areas they need to be hitting. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. Beaten on the drive.
Not a very smart shot. Got nothing onto it in the end.
Wait there.
Good batting. Get an opportunity to score and take it.
Oh then.
They're fast between the wickets. Good fielding keeps it close though. Short and wide. Did well to get some bat on that.
End of the over. 6 runs coming from it. India are 105 for 2. Well placed. Should get a single.
Go! Nice bowling.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play. A little late on that. No run scored.
Good shot. It's found the gap.
No!
A brilliant throw-in from the deep caps off what was a fabulous piece of fielding.
Drives and misses everything.
Stokes with a superb delivery. Got them trying to drive, but messing everything up.
4 runs added in the over. India are 109 for 2.
Yep.
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there.
Bowlers in.
No!
Good return there, back from the deep.
Yep.
Chance to run 2.
Bowlers in.
No!
Good running, it needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Edged. Huge shout. The bowler seems very confident with that one. And gone straight to the keeper.
This innings just cut short before it really flourished. It looked like it'd be moving to a big score, but it's not to be.
No!
A bit of a mix-up. They'll need to improve their communication.
Yep.
They've picked the gap. Perfect timing.
There was minimal follow-through, just great timing to punch it through the field for 4.
Tried for something a bit different the last ball. The captain shouldn't mind that. If they get it right, they might just get the wicket. Nine runs added in that over. India are 118 for 3. Woakes, the right-arm medium bowler, is coming into the attack from the Randwick end. They'll push hard, should get back for 2.
Keeper.
No!
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
Finds the edge. Confident appeal. Could it be? And taken. Superb delivery.
It's another wicket, the 4th. Sometimes you just have to accept that you couldn't do anything about a delivery. Patel shakes their head. It was there to hit. Couldn't make the most of it.
Edged it. The whole team goes up for that one. They feel pretty confident about this. Out. It's a fantastic catch by the keeper, diving away.
Starting to get interesting now. That's the 5th wicket. And a very frustrated person is heading back to the pavilion.
Yep.
Big edge. Quick onto that in the infield.
That gets things going. Getting your first runs always helps settle the nerves.
Catch it.
Yep.
Nice shot.
That was a boundary the moment the ball left the bat. Can't time that any better. Perfection.
End of the over. 7 runs coming from it. India are 125 for 5.
Yep.
They'd look for a couple here.
No! Keeper! No!
Waiting.
Well, it was hammered away, timed perfectly and placed into the gap.
Just need to keep it simple. Line and length, around about off stump, and that'll force the mistake.
Yep.
They'll get at least one.
Keeper.
Just a little bit wide, well picked up. And let the ball do all the work, really, just to nudge it down towards third. Didn't hit that well. Very late playing that shot.
End of the over. 8 runs coming from it. India for 133 for 5.
Catch it.
Flew away with pace. Brilliant timing.
It was in the air for a long time, but 4 bounced just inside the rope.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot.
Yep.
Onto the front foot. Super shot. Should be 4.
Just perfection, a majestic shot. You just cannot hit it any better than that. Raced away to the boundary.
Too good. Not sure anyone is going to cut that off.
Got their head right in line with the ball. A beautiful strike there down the ground.
I'd like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms.
Catch that.
Great shot.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was absolutely no point in chasing that. Well, another chance to bowl that one. Really can't have been wide by much, though.
Yep.
Waiting.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Over. India are 151 for 5. Right out of the middle.
Straight through the line of the ball, right out of the middle of the bat.
They shouldn't get too discouraged with that last ball. The first step as a bowler is to get the batter playing, which they've managed. If they can find the right spot, the reward will eventually come.
That was a boundary the moment the ball left the bat. Can't time that any better. Perfection.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball. But you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come.
Yep. No!
Just threw the shot too early.
Catch it.
That's right off the meat of the bat.
That's a brilliantly aggressive shot. Gets on the front foot and it's flown over the boundary.
Do they go full? Do they go short? A lot to ponder after the boundary.
Yep.
Nicked it. Loud appeal. Gone. It's a good catch.
Well, the end of a productive innings. It didn't quite ignite into fireworks as we would have hoped, but still solid work.
And with that wicket, the new batter will mark their guard. They just need to rotate the strike early on as they get settled.
came forward onto the front foot and eased it away to the boundary.
18 runs added there. India are 169 for 6. Wokes from the Randwick end.
Catch him!
Super shot.
Well, that was a really solid shot. Read the length early to get onto the front foot, and that raced away for 4.
Catch him!
Brilliant shot that.
What a lovely shot. Really good timing out of the middle, and it raced to the boundary.
Boundaries are flowing. They need to find a dot ball or two to slow things down again.
Yep.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
No!
Did well just to get it down towards third for some runs.
Catch it!
Right off the middle of the bat.
Nothing really wrong with the delivery. Got onto the front foot and found the space to get that one to the boundary.
Root, I don't think, will be too happy with their bowler at the moment.
Yup!
Could that be out? Looks so.
A trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end. For someone with such batting skills, this goes down as a fail.
Batsman is coming in at number 9.
Yep.
Really good shot there.
Bowler! No!
End of a high-scoring over. Beautiful batting. After hitting the boundary that many times, confidence is high out in the middle. That's lunch. Well, it's not often you see a bowling side able to run through a batting lineup like we've seen today. 7 wickets have fallen in a single session, and they are well and truly on top. It'll take some effort to get back into the game from here for the batting side. As the players leave the field, they'll know they have the game firmly under control. After the excitement of all that, time for a short break.
Nice!
Sprayed that very wide, hits the boundary rope. The keeper had no chance there.
Waiting.
Straight to the fielder.
No!
That would have been a very risky single. In the end, a good decision to stay put.
Big shout.
It's the sort of dismissal that sees the momentum swing back to the bowler. Gone, but not for many.
It's a long way to walk out here just to walk straight back. They'll just want to get this first one behind them and then push on.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
Yep. No!
Moving well between the wickets. Great running, fantastic running, but it's leg byes to the total.
Yeah, great shot.
That went all the way up toward the grandstand for 4, driven away nicely.
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key.
Yep.
Timed it nicely. They'll look for a couple, you'd think. There'll be 1 run here for them.
Now that was beautifully struck with a perfect straight bat.
Playing all their shots in that over. A very expensive over. Picked that well, and that's on its way to the boundary.
Found the middle of the bat. Great timing. Lovely front foot shot that's raced to the boundary.
Middle that one. Great timing.
Well, that's a waste of a delivery. Absolutely no trouble getting onto it and dispatching it for 6.
A boundary off the last ball. Is it a sign they're trying to push the run rate?
The timing on this shot is so bad. Didn't even get close to the ball. Very fortunate that it didn't take off stump along the way.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
On the drive. The bowling's too good, though. Great line and length. Beats the edge.
Time that perfectly.
That was a lovely strike down the ground. Managed it so easily.
Right in the slot, right where they like it. The ball races to the boundary.
Now that's a difficult shot to get right. Straight back at the bowler with a lot of pace, and the covering fielder had no chance.
Yeah.
Nicely played. Perfect timing.
You could see by how it whistled away to the boundary just how sweetly this was timed.
Yep.
Great shot. Placement exquisite.
That's a very difficult shot to get right. Straight back at the bowler with a lot of pace, and the covering fielder had no chance.
Yeah.
Now then, was there a feint edge? That's gone. Fine catch by the wicket-keeper.
Another one goes off to the sheds. That's 9 down. Some good bowling finding this tail out. And it certainly feels like this is close to the finish.
Struck it nicely. Could go to the boundary.
Really just seemed to have put that one into the slot with the first ball to the new batter. All the same, it's a glorious shot for your first ball.
That last ball isn't something you'd want to see a repeat of. You don't want to be giving easy runs away.
Yep.
Edged. There's no one there. Could go down to the boundary. You can see how good this pitch can be for batting. You want the player coming forward, but it's a tight margin. Only a touch full and put away.
Yep.
Out!
Got it!
What a catch! On this pitch and in these conditions, it's going to take something really special from the bowlers to win this. Really needed more runs on the board. Pressure will be right on the bowlers if they don't find early wickets.
Obviously didn't like the look of that one and just ignored it.
Brilliant bowling. Having got the edge the previous ball, they now know the areas they need to be hitting. Couldn't get it through the field.
Waiting.
A bit of shape on the ball as they let it go through. Tailed just a little at the end as it went through to the keeper. You can understand why on that line they thought it was safe to let it straight through to the keeper.
The end of a very precise over of bowling. No runs coming from it. Didn't quite manage to get themselves in for that first innings. The bowler, with their tail up, will know it too. A good batter, though, and it won't take much to get going.
Thought about having a dabble there.
Yep.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Wait on.
Very full. Spray the ball a bit, but they're content leaving it alone. Asking plenty of questions, good line, good length, but just can't tempt them.
Well, that's the end of a great display of bowling. No score from it. Nicely putting pressure on the batters.
Good footwork behind the stumps, taking it cleanly. No interest, though, from the batter. Shoulders, arms, and true to the wicketkeeper.
Misses everything. Really? That's just wasting everyone's time.
Yes.
They'll push hard, should get back for two.
Pierced the gap and gets their first runs.
Some well-targeted bowling in that over. Certainly something to build on.
Waiting.
Doesn't beat the infield.
Just threw the shot too early.
Waiting.
No runs on that occasion. Got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap. That's a great take. Needed a big stretch to prevent any runs.
Edged it. Big appeal. A wonderful delivery to get the edge. They've got to keep hammering away at that spot time and again.
Yes.
Into the gap. Nice shot.
Found the gap with ease. Wasn't the worst ball you'll see, but it still raced to the rope.
drives and misses everything. Crying wolf is not the best approach. It'll just annoy the umpire. Quick onto that in the infield.
Waiting.
Solid defence, very compact.
Right in behind it for the first ball.
Finds the edge.
Not a smart decision, you feel, not to run there. Mustn't have a lot of faith in their partner, if you ask me.
Beaten on the drive.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
Yep.
Perfect technique and placement.
No, no, no!
You don't chase those down. Brilliantly timed off the back foot, and that's raced to the boundary.
Out! Yeah! Caught!
It's the wicket they so desperately wanted. They've removed a real threat before they could get going.
New batter comes to the crease. Never an easy time to come in after the fall of a wicket. 4 runs added there. India are 4 for 1. A big opportunity. They've worked hard in recent weeks. They should have the confidence to build an innings and get big runs on the board. Got right in behind it.
Short and wide, did well to get some bat on that.
Super shot that.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was absolutely no point in chasing that.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot. Huge shout. The bowler seems very confident with that one. Can't see why this would be overturned. Looks to have struck right in front.
How close is that? Could be the wicket. Nothing picked up from the bat. This could spell trouble. Nothing wrong with the impact. Would it hit the wickets, though? We won't be seeing a change of decision, just as we suspected, and they have to go now. Oh dear, it's been a poor innings under pressure, and now they've got the key batter out cheaply.
It wasn't a great decision to start with. Not surprised to see the umpire's decision stand. Drifting onto the legs and driven away. Lovely shot.
Fine placement and enough timing to get that ball away to the boundary.
Don't mind getting hit for runs.